Hello everyone, it's Della DuLac. Today I'm going to share with you some cards that I did with the December 2025 Paper Pumpkin kit called Watercolor in Bloom. Very pretty kit. Here are the cards that they have designed for you, and of course you can do them as is, but I always mix mine up and make some alternative projects. This is the stamp set. Clearly I have a few of these still on blocks over here. So these are the stamps that come in this kit. Put that over there. And then the card bases that they have, very, very pretty, like a little watercolor striped for two of them, and then this really pretty leaf pattern. I love it when they do the prints on both sides or going across the whole card base. I always like to cut these apart so I can have that pretty paper on a card front, and then I double my cards in my kit for sure. And then the pretty envelopes. I really like it when they do a print on the outside of the envelopes rather than just the liner. And then here are some of the little card part pieces and tags. This really pretty little leaf border and the gold foiling. And some of the little cutout pieces and tags and vellum. So let's move those aside for a moment. And then the ink spot that comes in this one is Night of Navy. Let's get rid of the box. All right, so this first card, very similar to what they have here, except I've cut my card bases apart so I can pull those out and make more cards with those. So on the back side here, it will tell you what colors they've used in this kit. And that's where I will go to pick out some of my card base colors so I know they're going to match. So we've got Garden Green, Night of Navy, Pretty Peacock, Secret Sea, Shaded Spruce, and the bronze foiling. All right, and the little bronze sequins that you can put on there. Very pretty. And then I've done this fun little Z fold for this one. And then the little stamps that come in there, that's a great way for you to add a little bit, something on the inside, and of course here. So this one's super close to the design. I've just changed it up just a little bit. All right, so similar one with this beautiful little oval with the leaves and then the vellum behind that. I just took a little strip of the cards when I cut these apart. So when I cut these apart, I will take, and let me see where my little pieces went. Here they go. So what I'll do is I'll cut these apart at 4 inches. So they're 4 by 5 1/4, which is a great match size to put on your 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 card. And then I always have this little piece here that I leave on there because I want that width. So then I'll cover that up with some twine or ribbon or a little strip of cardstock. And then you have, and then from here you can cut them into strips as well. So I've done that a little bit. Get even more bang for my buck with these beautiful cards. And some fun little stamping on the inside. Now this one is the negative space. I'm going to pause on my fun little card show here, and I'm going to show you how I did this one. So this is the negative space. So when you've got your, let's bring these card parts back. And this one I've cut. So once I've cut out, let's pop this guy. Let's move those over here. Let's pop this out. Oh, very carefully so you don't tear any leaves. There we go. So now I have this beautiful little negative space. So all you need to do is finish punching these guys out and then just cut this into a nice straight piece here. And then it will also go with the vellum piece. Let's get this right here. So once you've popped out the circle, or the oval, I mean, that goes with this piece, Now you've got this piece left over, so if you just trim these straight off, you're going to end up with a piece like that. So let's move these. And then I've already cut one of the negative space to go with that. Let's put that on a card piece so you can see. There we go. Now it'll stand out better. All right, so what I've done with this card here is I've put these two pieces together. Let's go ahead and do that really quick. So I'm just going to flip this over, put a little bit of adhesive in each of these corners. And then I'm going to put that on my vellum. Like that. And then you can put that on your card front. Like that. Sometimes you get these little tiny paper nibs. And if you take an emery board, see if I can get a hold of it. There we go. So if you take a little emery board and just kind of rub those little nibs off. Sometimes they're not as noticeable, but when you put them on a dark card base, they really do pop out and it makes me crazy. So I want nice clean edges. So then I'm going to put that on my card. Again, put some adhesive in each of these corners. Maybe a little bit right there. And there and there. And then put that on my card front. Okay. And then I've already stamped an oval tag to put on that center piece here. I'm just going to glue these down flat. And I've already stamped an inside piece to match this piece right here. And then I've taken one of the little flower pieces and then just a punch and punched out some little leaves to go with this. And this one I'm going to pop up with some dimensionals. There we go. Get these little backings off. Okay. Oh, let's get this last one. There we go. Okay, and then we'll just add that one down here. Quick little card, and you've used up most all of your pieces. I love to look at some of the negative pieces that I could still use on a card. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't work. All depends. All right, so back to my card samples. So let's see, here's this one. Now this one here, so this is the card, the original card, and I've changed it up a little bit, but for this one here, they had extra little layers. Let's see, here's the blank piece. So what they've done is they had this piece and then they had another tag that you would pop up, which is totally fine. But I want to use this on another card, and I just used this blank space to just stamp right on that for my card. Added a little bow, and then a little strip of that cardstock when I've cut them apart. Same with this one, I just stamped directly on that so I could save my tag for another card. Added a couple little rhinestones, and then another strip on the inside. Great way to just make even more pieces for more cards. And I did pull out, I'd used a few of these stamps, but I wanted some more birthdays, so I pulled out some extra extra stamp sets, extra greeting sets to use. I send more birthday cards than I do anything else. And then this one here, I've combined this thank you and then the so much to put that on my card here. And I just put them both together on a block and stamp them together. And then that's where I used the ribbon to cover up that little score mark on this card here and the next one. And now these here are from this card. So they combined this piece and this piece, if I can get a hold of it, right here. So they combined both of those on one card. Again, I split them up and I put them on 2 cards. So I've got these 2 pieces and then this piece. So this one right here, I decided to stamp on it, turn it. A little bit of stamping right there. Beautiful card. So again, these 2 pieces I've separated and made more cards out of it. And this one I've cut. So I cut this in half. So now I have another card, even more pieces to go with my back pieces that I've cut apart. And then just did a little bit of stamping in the corners for the inside of that. Super cute. I guess, oh, that one was a fun little Z-fold too. And even sometimes I'll use these tiny little skinny strips when I cut my card bases down. And I'll even use those. Lots of fun little card options. This one here, a little strip on the inside. Very fun. This one was fun. So I had one solid piece like this one. So I had that. Actually that, yes, I wrapped some twine around that to cover up that score line. And then tore it. So I just tore a piece towards me, and then you get this nice little white edge. So I glued that on my card, tore again, and then that piece that I tore off put on the inside of the card. Kind of a fun, different little textured edge to your card. And then I still had some extra pieces, did an oval, stamped on it, some extra little leaf punches that I did. This one here, I pulled out an old daisy punch as a little focal point. Very cute. And then I still had some more strips left over. So, I mean, I just got a little bit creative. Added some little stamping along the edge there. Kind of a fun way to use up some of your little stripes or little strips that you have left over. And I even have more cards. So I can cut these up and get 6 cards rather than 3, and I still have a few more tags and card parts so I can make even more cards. So I always look at my paper pumpkin kits as a supply box rather than totally doing everything verbatim. Sometimes I really like the designs that they've done, and I'll do them just as they are, but most of the time I will play and have fun with it. Thanks so much for watching. If you like my cards, definitely give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that bell button so you don't miss a video. Have a wonderful day.